Narrator, serious cinematic tone. The 1970s gas crisis wasn't just about long lines at the pump. For millions of American families, it was a period of skyrocketing costs, tightening budgets, and the desperate need to stretch every dollar. But out of hardship came creativity. Kitchens across the country turned into laboratories of survival, producing meals that were cheap, filling, and unforgettable. Tonight, we open the pantry of history and reveal 25 meals born in the shadows of the 1970s crisis. Meals that not only helped families survive but could help us save money today. Meal 1. Goulash with elbow macaroni. Narrator, energetic, nostalgic. First on the table, American goulash, elbow macaroni, canned tomatoes, ground beef, or sometimes just whatever meat you could find. It was cheap, filling, and fed a whole family for under a few dollars. Mothers would stretch 1 pound of beef into a pot that lasted 3 meals. Kids loved it, and fathers called it survival in a bowl. Visuals: a mother stirring a steaming pot, children eating eagerly, a family laughing together around a modest kitchen table. Meal 2. Tuna casserole. Narrator, steady, resourceful. Second, the tuna casserole. Cans of tuna were cheap and long-lasting, and when mixed with cream of mushroom soup and noodles, it became a hearty dish. Topped with crushed potato chips or breadcrumbs, it felt indulgent, even if it was made from pantry scraps. Visuals: housewives opening pantry shelves, cans lined neatly, casseroles sliding out of an oven, golden brown crust sparkling under the kitchen light. Narrator: in the gas crisis, nothing was wasted, even leftovers were reborn into new meals. Meal 3. Beans and franks. Narrator, upbeat, working-class grit. Third, beans and franks. It was the working man's favorite. A can of pork and beans mixed with sliced hot dogs. Quick, cheap, and guaranteed to fill you up. Families would eat this while watching television, joking that it was both dinner and dessert, since the beans had sugar built in. Visuals: father slicing hot dogs into a pan, kids laughing at the sticky beans, TV glow filling the living room. Meal 4. Sloppy Joes. Narrator, lively, cinematic. Fourth, Sloppy Joes. A pound of ground beef stretched with ketchup, onions, and spices, piled onto hamburger buns. Cheap, messy, and loved by every kid in America. Some families even skipped the buns and poured the mix over rice or bread, whatever stretched it further. Visuals: school cafeterias serving trays of Sloppy Joes, sauce dripping down kids' hands, parents wiping their children's cheeks, smiling. Meal 5. Rice and gravy. Narrator, warm, survivalist tone. Fifth, rice and gravy. When meat was too expensive, gravy carried the flavor. A small portion of drippings could be whisked into a pot, poured over rice, and transformed into a meal. For immigrant families, this dish felt familiar, simple, hearty, and universal. Visuals: pots of steaming rice, gravy poured slowly over plates, children bowing their heads in grace before eating. Narrator, transition. 5 meals down, 20 more to go. Each one tells a story, not just of thrift, but of resilience. Up next, we uncover the soups, stews, and skillet miracles that turned the 1970s gas crisis into a lesson in survival cooking. Narrator, cinematic, thoughtful. The next chapter of survival cooking moves us from casseroles to skillets, from creativity to pure resourcefulness. These weren't gourmet dishes. They were meals built from coupons, canned goods, and determination. Let's dive into meals 6 through 10. Meal 6. Shepherd's pie. Narrator. Comforting, nostalgic. 6th, shepherd's pie. Layers of mashed potatoes, ground meat, and frozen vegetables baked into one dish. For families, this was magic. You could stretch leftovers, disguise yesterday's meat, and create something hearty for pennies. Visuals. Mothers spreading mashed potatoes over casserole dish, oven light glowing, kids scooping steaming servings onto their plates. Narrator. Shepherd's pie was a canvas for whatever you had, and it never failed to satisfy. Meal 7. Spam and eggs. Narrator. Energetic working-class pride. 7th, spam and eggs. Canned spam was cheap, shelf-stable, and easy to fry. Paired with scrambled eggs, it became a quick breakfast, dinner, or midnight snack. In the gas crisis, spam wasn't a joke. It was survival. Visuals: fathers frying spam slices in cast-iron pans, the crackle of eggs beside it, families eating quietly before work and school. Meal 8. Peanut butter sandwiches. Narrator. Simple, relatable. 8th, peanut butter sandwiches. No meat, no cooking, no fuss. Just bread and peanut butter. For many kids, this became their daily lunch and sometimes even dinner. It was protein, it was filling, and it cost almost nothing. Visuals: kids opening brown paper lunch bags, parents spreading peanut butter late at night, a worn kitchen table holding a half-empty jar. Narrator. It was proof that even in hardship, comfort could come from something as simple as a sandwich. Meal 9. Cabbage soup. Narrator. Serious, cinematic. 9th, cabbage soup. A whole head of cabbage chopped into a pot with onions, carrots, and water. Sometimes a bit of ham bone or broth gave it flavor, but even without, it kept families fed for days. Cheap, filling, and endlessly reheatable. Visuals: women stirring steaming pots, condensation fogging the windows of small kitchens, bowls passed around crowded tables. Narrator. For the poor, cabbage soup wasn't just dinner, it was survival made liquid. Meal 10. Bologna sandwiches. Narrator. Upbeat, nostalgic. 10th, the bologna sandwich. Fried or cold, on white bread with mustard or mayo, it was cheap and universally loved. At the time, a pound of bologna could feed an entire family's lunches for the week. Visuals: factory workers unwrapping lunch boxes, kids trading bologna sandwiches at school, slices sizzling on stovetops. Narrator. Bologna wasn't glamorous, but in the 1970s it was dependable, and dependability was priceless. Narrator. Transition. 10 meals down. Each one a reflection of thrift, grit, and ingenuity. Coming up, we step into the skillet once more, uncovering the hearty meals that carried working families through the darkest days of the gas crisis. Narrator. Cinematic, reflective. As the gas crisis deepened, families leaned harder into resourcefulness. Pots stretched further, pans worked overtime, and no scrap of food was wasted. Meals 11 through 15 remind us how creativity was the true secret ingredient. Meal 11. Chili with beans. Narrator. Bold, working-class energy. 11th, chili with beans. It wasn't just a meal. It was a tradition. A single pound of ground beef could be stretched with kidney beans, canned tomatoes, and spices. Families joked it got better each day as the flavors deepened, making it the perfect meal to reheat all week. Visuals: large pots simmering slowly, men ladling chili into bowls, children sprinkling shredded cheese on top. Narrator. Chili was cheap, filling, and warming, perfect for uncertain times. Meal 12, Jell-O salads. Narrator, nostalgic, slightly humorous. 12th, Jell-O salads. It sounds strange now, but in the 1970s, Jell-O was everywhere. Families mixed gelatin with canned fruit, cottage cheese, or even vegetables. It was colorful, cheap, and could be served as dessert or dinner side. Visuals. Molded Jell-O dishes wobbling on kitchen counters, children staring curiously before digging in, housewives smiling proudly at their creations. Narrator. In hard times, even something wobbly could bring joy. Meal 13, potato pancakes. Narrator, steady survivalist tone. 13th, potato pancakes. Grated potatoes fried with onions and flour. They cost almost nothing, yet filled stomachs quickly. Topped with applesauce, sour cream, or just eaten plain, they became a staple for many struggling households. Visuals. Mothers grating potatoes by hand, pans sizzling with oil, families reaching eagerly for crispy golden stacks. Narrator. It was proof that even the humblest root vegetable could transform into comfort food. Meal 14, meatloaf. Narrator, cinematic hearty. 14th, meatloaf, a 1970s legend. Ground beef bulked up with breadcrumbs, onions, and ketchup, baked into a loaf that stretched across days. Leftovers were sliced into sandwiches, nothing wasted. Visuals. Mothers shaping loaves by hand, ovens opening to reveal sizzling pans, fathers carving thick slices for dinner. Narrator. Meatloaf wasn't fancy, but it was America's answer to hunger. Meal 15, ramen noodles with egg. Narrator, simple, relatable. 15th, ramen noodles with egg. Instant noodles were new and cheap, costing just pennies a pack. Families often cracked in an egg, added scallions, or tossed in leftovers for protein. For students, workers, and families alike, it was hot, fast, and life-saving. Visuals. Steam rising from bowls of ramen, eggs dropping into bubbling water, kids slurping noodles happily. Narrator. In the 1970s, ramen wasn't a trend. It was survival on a budget. Narrator, transition. 15 meals down, 10 more to go. The further we travel through this list, the clearer the picture becomes. The gas crisis wasn't just about energy. It was about the human spirit finding flavor in scarcity and hope in a hot meal. Narrator, cinematic, reflective. As the crisis stretched on, families became masters of stretching a dollar. These last 5 meals capture not only the ingenuity of the 1970s kitchen, but also the heart of a nation determined to endure. Meal 21, grilled cheese and tomato soup. Narrator, warm, nostalgic. 21st, grilled cheese and tomato soup. A can of condensed soup, a few slices of bread, and processed cheese slices. Together they made a hot, comforting meal. For many children, it was the taste of home during the cold, uncertain evenings of the 1970s. Visuals. Mothers dunking grilled sandwiches into steaming bowls, rain tapping against the kitchen window, families eating quietly yet content. Meal 22, stuffed peppers. Narrator, serious, resourceful. 22nd, stuffed peppers. Bell peppers hollowed out and filled with rice, breadcrumbs, and just a touch of ground beef. Baked until tender, they stretched minimal meat into a meal that looked and tasted like abundance. Visuals. Hands carefully stuffing peppers, casserole dishes sliding into ovens, children cutting into colorful, steaming servings. Narrator. It was elegance born from frugality. Meal 23, fried rice with leftovers. Narrator, energetic, cinematic. 23rd, Fried rice with leftovers. Rice was cheap and anything from vegetables to scraps of meat could be tossed into a skillet with soy sauce. Inspired by immigrant kitchens, it became a universal way to feed large families without breaking the bank. Visuals: woks sizzling with colorful vegetables, fathers tossing rice over the stove, kids eating with spoons and chopsticks alike. Meal 24, oatmeal for dinner. Narrator: serious, humble. 24th, oatmeal for dinner. Rolled oats weren't just for breakfast. Cooked with milk, sugar, or even savory seasonings, oatmeal filled stomachs when there was little else left in the pantry. It wasn't glamorous, but it kept hunger at bay. Visuals: pots of steaming oatmeal on stovetops, children adding brown sugar or butter, families eating quietly at small tables. Meal 25, hot dog casserole. Narrator: nostalgic, humorous. And finally, 25th, hot dog casserole. Sliced hot dogs layered with beans, potatoes, or pasta, baked into a one-dish wonder. It wasn't fancy, but it made children smile and filled bellies for pennies. Visuals: kids giggling at the sight of hot dogs in a casserole dish, parents serving generous scoops, laughter filling a modest kitchen. Closing reflection. Narrator: cinematic, inspiring. 25 meals, 25 stories of resilience, thrift, and the unbreakable human spirit. The 1970s gas crisis tested America's patience, wallets, and hope. But in kitchens across the country, families discovered something profound. Survival could still taste like comfort. These meals weren't just cheap recipes. They were acts of love, symbols of strength, and proof that creativity thrives under pressure. And today, as costs rise once again, maybe, just maybe, these forgotten dishes hold more than nostalgia. Maybe they hold the keys to saving money, reducing waste, and bringing families back to the table. Because in the end, food is never just food. It's history, it's survival, and it's us. Visuals: montage of all 25 meals fading into a single dinner table surrounded by family, laughter echoing as the screen fades to black. Narrator: final words, cinematic tone. This was the story of 25 cheap meals from the 1970s gas crisis and why they matter today.